Hello, this is Gareth Williams, and in this video I want to demonstrate how to configure NAT on an iOS router. There are generally four types of NAT: one-to-one dynamic, PAT many-to-one dynamic, NAT one-to-one static, and PAT port forwarding static. Here we have a Windows XP machine which is also running a web server, which will be used in our demonstration. PCs 1 and 2 are just virtual PCs. This router is just loaded up now, and all it has is just some IP addresses on it right now. No NAT. Okay, so we'll hop on over to our Windows XP machine and we'll do a ping to 8.8.8.8. Right, and that isn't working. So let's configure Dynamic NAT. First we need to create a pool, which I will do. We'll give it a name, pool 1, and the starting address would be, I'm going to use this subnet here. This is my LAN of my home router, so we'll give it 200, and the end address will be 250 with a net mask of 0. Also, something else we need to do as well, we need to define the inside and outside NAT interfaces. This is the outside. Okay, next thing we need to do is to create a standard access list to identify traffic on the inside. I'm going to create a named standard access list. And that is my subnet on the inside. So now let's do Dynamic NAT. It's inside source list, my access list, and then the pool is called pool -1. IP NAT translations. Looks like there's some ICMP going on there. There we go. That's just started up now. Let's console into PC 1. I think I was already there. Okay. So our Windows XP machine is on 1.1.2 here, and that is being NATed to the 200 address on this port. 1.1.3 is the virtual PC, and that is being NATed to 201 at the end. If we go to PC 3, well, the other PC, do a ping . There we go. And that PC is on .3, 2, 3, no, it's on .4, and that is using the next address in that NAT pool. Okay, so let's cancel these pings. Okay. And let's get rid of that NAT statement there. First let's do a clear IP NAT translation star. Okay, next thing we can do is the second one, PAT many to one. So this is going to NAT many inside IPs to a single outside IP. Let's go back here. So it's IP NAT inside source list NAT, and then we're doing it to the outside interface. And let's start that up again. Get all the pings going. Let's exit out of that. Show IP NAT translations. So we have 2, 3, and 4 all being NATed to the same IP address on different ports. So that is port address translation. Let us stop those pings. Let's go back over here. Let's do a clear the IP NAT translations, and then let's get rid of that command there. There we go. Okay. So next on our list is one-to-one static. So let's do a static NAT entry. I'm going to NAT 101 on the outside to my web server. Static. So this is asking me for the inside address and global address, which will be 192.168.0.101, and hit enter there. On my home router, I'm already port forwarding port 80 to the 101 address here. So if I go to my web browser, that is my outside IP. If it will let me think about it. And then we have it there. So if I was to go to history, clear that so it's not being cached, hit that again, and that is working there. If I was to take the NAT statement off, yes, I want to get rid of that. If I go to history, clear, yes, clear, and I hit the refresh button, it won't work. Okay, so next thing we can do is, if we have a look at our list, is port forwarding. Okay, so to make this a bit more interesting, I'm going to change the port on my web server here. And to do that, I go into the IIS application, right click, properties. I'm going to change the port to 8080. Apply that, okay. So now on R1, if I do IP NAT inside static, inside source static, I need to put on TCP. This is 10.1.1.2, and that port is port 8080, and the outside address is going to be 192.168.0.101, and that is on port 80. If I go back to my web browser and hit refresh, and that has worked. So if I was to go back to my web server, go to properties and change that back to 80, apply that, history, clear, hit refresh, and it's not loading up. There we go, we've got a connection problem. Go back here, change this to 8080, hit refresh, there, it's working. So yeah, that's how you do the NAT on an iOS router. Thank you for watching.